Hey guys, what's going on? This is your host Ron C, and this is the You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. This is episode 4, you guys. Just in case you didn't hear my last video, it's just pretty much telling you guys that I have social media and stuff up now. Wasn't gonna do it at first for a little while, but I just said, hell, fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and just go and do it. So you can find me on Twitter. It is YWSIIW podcast. That is You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. Twitter wouldn't let me put the whole name in there. The two L's at the end for Will. So I said to cut it short. So like I said, it's on Twitter is YWSIIW podcast. Instagram, you can search You Won't Say It, I Will. I'll come up. You can also search me on YouTube. I'm putting all the videos out on YouTube also, and it's under the same thing, You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. So you can also, of course, look me up on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play under You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. So those are the good ways to find me. Anyway, anything that I, say on here, any type of argument, any type of discussion you want to have, just hit me up on there, and we can go from there. I'll talk about every and anything. If I didn't cover it, or it seems like I didn't cover it correctly, or anything like that, just get at me. We can go from there. The one thing I'm happy about though coming up is the NBA playoffs. You got the NBA finals coming up. The last round, very first game coming up Thursday. You got the Golden State Warriors against the Toronto Raptors. I think I pretty much gave my prediction already on it for if whatever team is going against Golden State. I believe I said the Bucks. It was going to go 7 games with or without Durant. And I believe I said Toronto and I believe I said Golden State in 6 if they win against Toronto. Possible game 7 if for some reason Durant didn't play, the whole series or a couple games or anything. So the way it's looking like right now is Kevin Durant isn't playing. Game 1 might be back, possible game 2. Not sure, some type of psych thing Golden State's trying to do. You know how teams go when it comes to injuries. And a little bit, honestly, I think a little bit might be on Durant. Not saying he's not hurt, not saying he didn't get hurt. Just saying I think a little bit is. Deep down, I think he really is leaving. The big thing on if he's going to go to the Knicks, him and Kyrie. Kyrie probably will still be going to the Knicks possibly. But the way it's looking like, from a lot of media outlets, seems like the Knicks are pretty much off the board. That's what it's, that's what people are saying. But pretty much most people also are saying that, nobody really knows at all, even the people that are like close to him. So, but for some reason, it seems like the LA Clippers have kind of like came up on the board of teams that could possibly land him. So I just want to say one thing about this real quick. So Kevin Durant goes to the fucking LA Clippers. One, I find that with the utmost disrespect. I mean, if you're going to come to LA, you don't go to the fucking Clippers. You go to the Lakers. Might be a little biased. Don't really care. But at the same time, you go to LA, you go to the Lakers. It's just because. That's just what you do. But if he does go to the Clippers, though, the Clippers actually did have, a pretty strong squad, even after they traded to Tobias. But they do have a pretty decent squad. At least they did make it to the playoffs. But At the same time, if they did land on man, I think that would be something. That definitely, I wouldn't say that would be like a real big game changer in the NBA that would shake up the league. I think if he went to the Knicks or shit, I forgot the other team that was possibly in the running of getting him, which I think are out also. Um, stuff like that would shake up the league, especially if Kyrie went there also with him. But regardless of fact, he's injured right now. Not really sure if he's, you know, kind of sort of playing a little bit, playing his team, Golden State. Not sure if he's really playing them a little bit, making it seem like, well, yeah, I am injured, blah blah blah. I mean, he don't seem the type player who would just stop playing for his team, quit on his team, because it's not like Golden State hasn't done it and can't still do it. I never doubt on one bit the last series that KD went out, so now, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna lie, KD went out. I at least saw an extra game that Portland could and possibly even should have won, but it don't matter anymore. Brooms came out, and now they're in the finals. So yeah, they're in the finals, going against the Raptors, and I think I still see the Golden State Warriors definitely winning it. But after really looking at these series with the Bucks, the Raptors going against the Bucks. Now I'm not comparing the Bucks to Golden State because they're not Golden State. They're just fucking deep, and they just have very selfless and skilled starters. And like I said, that's not even mentioning their bench. But the Raptors, man, Kawhi is doing the damn thing. And the only thing I'm scared about the Raptors is going against them is, the Warriors, even if they lost one game, so what? I don't think it's damn sure not going to be no sweep. Even the Raptors is only won one game. I just think that the Warriors is really going to capitalize on the Raptors because, Kawhi is just, leading the team in a few things. Like, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Kawhi is leading them in steals, leading them in rebounds, leading them in points. Kyle Lowry is starting to, step up a little bit. I don't really think he's going to be, too much of a burden for Steph. Sometimes you never know. People are going back to the regular season saying that, well, they beat them. I think they played them 3 times maybe. I think the first game Golden State won by like 2, and then the second game I think Raptors won that game, but it was in overtime. And I think the last game, and it still was early in the season, it wasn't even like midway yet. And that third game, I think they blew them out by like 20 points, 18 points, some shit like that. So regular season really don't mean anything. You got people like, LeBron, who, yeah, he'll go hard certain points in the regular season, but he's not going to give his 110% all. He's just pretty much saving himself except for this year, for when he does go to the playoffs to, be ready for that, because that's what really matters. Going hard, getting the record for, the best record of all time in the regular season, all that. It's all cool stats and everything, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but the regular season is what counts. The playoffs is what counts. And, Golden State proves it, so I really can't talk about them. I just hope that it doesn't get in the Raptors' head a little bit, especially since their first time going to the finals. But yeah, Kawhi, man, I hope they find a way to stop him. And I don't mean hope, like I'm actually rooting for the Raptors. I think it is. I'm not saying in a bad way. I really don't care honestly who wins. I I'm not one of them guys is where, well, my damn fucking Patriots, man, they keep winning. Why the hell they keep winning? You know, this is how I think people in hockey was starting to get tired of the Blackhawks winning, and then baseball, people are always mad the Red Sox are winning and this shit. And I mean, look, it just is what it is. Stop the teams, find a way to, find a way to beat them. That's all. That's all it is. And I think the Raptors, it's always a possibility. They can do it. Like I said, Kyle Lowry he has been finally stepping up. But Kawhi is the star, and he just sees himself as he has to get it done if they want to win a championship. And if he's thinking that way, he's definitely not wrong. When it comes to defense, he's definitely one of the top ones. I definitely would like to see Draymond. Draymond definitely. It's like baffling. Like, it's crazy how he just came out of nowhere. I don't know what the hell he injected, but fuck, man, he definitely came out of nowhere. So I'm definitely dying to see him and fucking Kawhi possibly go at it. Maybe him and maybe Gasol go at it. Maybe Sycam, him and Sycam go at it. Probably definitely beat them too for sure. Ibaka will probably, of course, be on the floor coming off the bench, and yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be it's definitely gonna be a good one. Yeah, I got Golden State. I got Golden State in 6. Wouldn't be surprised if it is 7. Even if well, I'm pretty sure Durant's gonna come back, and even with Durant coming back, I think Kawhi definitely could not stop Durant, because you can't really stop him. I'm not comparing him to LeBron, but when it comes to like just the way his skill set is, he can pretty much shoot almost any fucking shot, just about. And I think that's one of the things I really like about him. And I think Kawhi can slow it down. So yeah, man, we got the Raptors and the Golden State Warriors, and yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good one, man. I think I'm gonna watch hopefully every single game. Especially gonna watch the one on Thursday. For sure, I'm gonna sit down and actually watch the whole game. I think it's gonna be a real good one. Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is gonna be it's gonna be making it rain a little bit. I think Draymond's still gonna keep that same momentum. Clay a little bit out. Clay's been a little bit up and down. Obviously he's a starter. He's been getting the time and everything, but I think it's more they're gonna rely on, I think, him and Iguodala coming off the bench more so, like between them two, to really help out. Like I said before, this is the bench. They are deep. I do like how Looney has been stepping up with Boogie being out. I think Boogie's supposed to come back too. Well, I don't think they gave him necessarily a timetable. I just think they just updated his injury report. And I mean, to me, the way it sounds, I think KD will probably be back first, and I think Boogie will be back, especially if they go like 6 or 7 games. I think he'll be back for a couple of them, possibly. So it would be nice to see him back. But if they get Boogie back and he don't get injured anymore and he can play up to par, and they get KD back and all them guys, now I think with all of them, now if you start game 1 with all of them and going against the Raptors right now, I probably would say the Raptors in probably 5 games. Like I said, I don't think they'll ever sweep the Raptors, but if all those guys were playing, for sure, it'll definitely be over in 5 games. Which would be sad, because nobody wants to see a boring ass Super Bowl like this past one. Fuck the Rams and the Patriots, waste my time. So nobody wants to see boring ass Super Bowls, and nobody wants to see a boring ass finals. Nobody wants to see a finals, go 4 games, a sweep. Nobody wants to see 5 games. Everybody wants to see 7 games. And if it goes 7 games, nobody really cares if 1 or 2 games are like not blowouts, but wherever team won by like 10 points or something like that. Most people probably don't really care about that, just as long as it goes a nice stretch and they get quality basketball. And that's pretty much all we ask. And I think, like I said, no matter who's playing, I think we'll get that. Don't really have to hope for it. These are two quality teams, and I'm excited for it, and I can't wait. Good luck to all them guys. All right, so I don't know if you guys been paying attention too much, but we got this Meek Mill thing going on. It's not the biggest controversy out here, biggest thing going on, but I think it is worth something to talk about a little bit, because, and I'm not on anybody. I'm not on any part side. I'm not on the club, the casino side. I'm not really on Meek's side like that. So if you don't know the story, Meek Mill's in Vegas. He goes to the Cosmopolitan casino, believe it is, and I believe they have I gotta get the name of it, but they have a bar and lounge on the inside of it. It's like, I'm sure a lot of casinos do in Vegas. I haven't been, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't have shit like that. I know AC does. So he goes there. Apparently he's been there before. Apparently it's one of the hottest spots there, especially for like celebrities and shit like that. So he pulls up there. I think the video I was like on TMZ and shit too. He pulls up there, and they see him. They like immediately just jump on him. It's like, no, you can't come in. Blah blah blah. They trying to make it seem like they're like over capacity. Now, I'm not saying that's not true or anything like that. It's obviously, it's always possible, especially if there's one of the top nightclubs there, top casino places there. But we talk about Meek Mill here. I'm not saying he's all A plus. He's fucking, Will Smith, Brad Pitt, shit like that. But in the right game, you say Meek Mill's name, I'm pretty sure, you getting it somewhere, you getting something for free or something like that. So, Meek Mill pulls up, and of course he's gonna catch an attitude. It's like, over capacity. Well, still, I can't come in, and I find it weird because even other people are saying it also. And anybody who's been anywhere, not even necessarily all the way top notch, but just been places, and of course you hear about shit like this, but you're a high profile name. People have certain areas, aka VIP section, for people when they pull up like that, because it's good business for that place. Just like I said, you get somebody like Meek Mill, you get a real big time famous actor or whatever, they pull up, them and a few other people, you let them in with no problem. You bring them the bottles and shit like that. They have fun, and you promote that shit, especially if they come ahead of time, and you promote that shit. It brings more people, regular people like us, and they're like, oh shit, so and so gonna be there. Oh nah, we gotta go. Oh no, we gotta go there. Tonight's gonna be popping tonight. Who the fuck hasn't said that? Who hasn't been somewhere where so and so's gonna be there and be like, oh shit, yo, we gotta go get, we gotta go get fresh. We gotta go there tonight. It's gonna be it. It's gonna be going in, man. So, they wouldn't give him a VIP spot. They wouldn't let him in, and saying that they're gonna call the cops for trespassing. How the fuck is you trespassing somewhere at a place like that, and because you was told to leave? Like, how, like, for what? And I think that's what his biggest deal was. Like, okay, well, how am I trespassing? Why do I need to leave? And apparently it's out here that he had some type of run-in with security a while back. They didn't specify when. They didn't say what it was, what type of run-in it was. But to me, if it was something big enough, why wouldn't that have been put out in the news? I mean, every other thing is put out in the news, whether it's big or little, any type of scuffle or whatever. So I find that kind of suspicious. Now his lawyer, of course, he got his lawyer involved. The lawyer is alleged saying that there's a blacklist out that they have against rappers. Now, of course, there's white rappers, but you think rappers, what do you think of? You think black people, and I think he did specify. I think he did say, for black rappers. Don't quote me on that, but more likely he probably did, and more likely that's probably what it is. So they have a list of quote unquote alleged rappers on a list, and Meek Mill's name is on that, but they didn't tell him that right away. And straight up, for real, you ain't gonna tell no nigga, nah, you can't come in and not to a place like that and not tell him why. So now it's getting to the point where they're talking about they want to sue, for racial and discrimination and shit like that. Look, the way I see it is, I'm gonna speak from both sides. One, I'm gonna start with the hotel. Yeah, if it is all that is true, yeah, y'all fucked up for that. But at the same time, you do have the right to not have whoever you want in there, and I'm pretty sure you can get anybody you want in there at the same time. So if you don't want so and so, you can just replace them with whoever else. Especially if you have that clout to do so. And from what it seems like, the type of establishment that they do have that. Meek Mill's side, yeah, I feel for you. I'd be pissed off too. Somebody told me I can't come into a place, and not being all cocky or anything, but yo, man, I'm fucking Meek Mill, man. Why the fuck can I come in? Like, yo, I'm bringing people with me. Obviously, I'm about to spend money, and I'm helping y'all out. I get to have fun, and I'm helping y'all out. And when and I'm doing quotations right now, when they have space for you, over capacity or not, they have space for people like him, and you can't get in there, and you're not telling me why. Yeah, I'd be pissed off too. The whole suing thing, though, there's a lot bigger things going on here when it comes to any type of racial and discriminations and stuff like that, and I don't think it's that deep. I might have got a little mad, maybe not hostile. I might have got a little mad, a little pissed off, and said a couple things. I'd be like, man, fuck y'all, man. Going up the street to so and so and hang out there. I mean, it's Vegas. Like I said, never been there, but you can't tell me that it's not a lot more other just as big places where as soon as they see your face, that rope gets open. You know what I'm saying? So, but all I gotta say is, good luck to good luck to Meek and all that, and I hope it works out for him on however it's supposed to work out. I don't know. But another thing with these rappers out here, man, I don't know if you guys heard about these fucking rappers between the Baby and Cam Coldheart. So at first I heard a little bit about it. I didn't hear a lot. I just heard that this Cam Coldheart guy, I never heard of him. I don't really pay attention to what I call this new nigga music. I don't pay attention to them. I guess unfortunately, I know who the fuck the Baby is. But I'm not getting into that. Why? So these two guys, right? Both I mean, I don't want to say young boy. I think the baby might be up there in his 20s, or he might be 30 or something. But fuck, I don't give a fuck. Man, they both young boys. They both at the Louis V store in Charlotte. Not sure what mall, but it don't really matter. Louis V. You know, you got a high end store. Videos all fucking like it's everywhere. Like it's actually, I think it's on their Instagrams, on both their Instagrams, or I know it's definitely on the babies. So I went on there and go look at the video because I want to, I want to see what the hell happened or hear what happened or what. So I look at the video. Cam Coldheart is in Louis V. He's going to buy a belt that he needed, and I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a minute. And is talking shit in the store, making a video, talking shit to the baby, going on type of bitches and all this other shit and talking shit. So the baby is like, man, fuck this, man. And started, talking back and, arguing with him and all this other shit. One, y'all are two niggas inside a fucking Louis V store. Do I really have to spell that out for you? Really? And they're arguing and everything. Next thing you know, this is in the video, but you can't really tell. But obviously they're starting to fight. The phone is still in the baby's hand, and fight breaks out. Another video comes up, and Cam Coldheart is on the ground, on the floor, nose all busted. Couple of scrapes, I think, on his face, some shit like that, and his fucking pants is off his ass, like down on his fucking ankles. Now I see why you was in the Louis V store buying a belt. Brother, I need you to get a fucking belt. I'm gonna get to this jump shit in a minute. Why don't you have a fucking belt? I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if I hit the fucking Powerball and I have a whole bunch of millions of dollars. Not only I'm not going to be in the Louis V store, because fucking Walmart belt that I have on right now works just the same. But he doesn't have a belt, and I guess that's why he was in there, because, shit was falling down, but apparently he had to fall down by themselves, he had a little bit of help. So they banked him, but I guess it's starting to come out more. The baby didn't do anything. It was mainly his security. He had 2 security guards with him. So after all this, he gets his ass up, cleans himself up, pulls his pants up. Cam Coldheart makes a video. This is the aftermath of it. He makes a video showing himself with sunglasses on inside the fucking store, corny as fuck. Talking shit, talking about, well, okay, all right, I got jumped by, 2 guys. Now he's talking to this one guy in the video. I guess it must be Louis V's security there, and has one of the guys in the video is like, so how many guys jumped me? And the guy put 2 fingers up. Dude, I don't give a fuck how many people jumped you. I don't care if it was a one-on-one battle. Dude, you was on the fucking floor, nose all busted up, with your pants hanging off your ass. Kill yourself. Like, why are you talking all this shit after you got your ass beat? I don't understand. Like, I laughed at this shit because it kind of reminded me of the stand-up, the skit that Kevin Hart did when his dad got his ass beat, and it was like, got up and was like, who jumped me? Somebody jumping me? He's like, no, dad, no, nobody jumped you. It's just him. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it don't matter how many people it was. It don't matter who it was. I don't care if it was one-on-one. You still got your ass beat. Okay, you got jumped. It was 2 guys. You still ain't handling your own. Obviously, you didn't do nothing to them. And talking all this shit. Now, and still talking this shit, talking about, oh yeah, hey, talking to one of the clerks that, hey, yo, you gonna have my belt all bagged up and everything for me? You still worry about that damn belt? I mean, Lord knows you need the motherfucker, but dude, you still worrying about the fucking belt? Kill yourself again. I don't understand. Apparently his music's not that bad. I don't really give a fuck. He should probably kill himself once again. Yeah, I just don't understand, man. If you guys follow Charlemagne the God, just in case you don't know who he is, he's on the Breakfast Club with DJ Envy, and he does Charlemagne. He does Donkey of the Day on the show, and obviously he was that. So he's talking. His shit was funny. Like he's talking about him, and it's like brother, why does it fuck? And it's pretty much the same thing I'm saying. And it's like, why does it matter who it was or how many it was? You still got your ass busted, and you still talking shit and still worrying about this fucking belt. I don't understand, man. Our people's really fucked up in all type of ways. You was fucked up before even talking all that shit, talking about you when you woke up that morning saying you was going to Louis V just to go get a belt. You know, he was corny then, you even corny now. And apparently this motherfucker has, I guess, a lot more followers than he did getting his ass beat. And I believe Charlamagne, he even mentions that, like, is that what you really want? Is like, you happy about having a lot more followers on Instagram after you got your ass beat? Like, you happy about having so many more followers from that? Because obviously, I don't know how many followers you had. I don't know how many much more he gained. But if you, let's say he had, I don't know, 350, 350,000. Now I'm pretty sure he probably jumped up double that. And you really want it from over that? I don't understand. I don't understand today's society when it comes to followers and shit like that. I understand it when it comes to having people notice you, and after you put in work and people notice you and people want to quote unquote follow and see what's up and this and that. I totally understand. I get it. But people take the shit too far to where they happy they got them and it's not in the right way and for the right reasons. And you, my brother, you need help. If you kill yourself, I don't blame you. I really don't. But so I recently just heard, I just heard it. Was it today or yesterday? Ellen DeGeneres. She damn, what was she on? She was on somebody's like comedy thing or something, or some type of talk show or something on Netflix. And so she's talking about when she was about like 15 or 16 or something. She I guess it's not alleged. I mean, apparently got molested by, or molested, sexually assaulted by her husband. I mean, her mom's ex-husband. I guess it's ex-husband now, but at that time was her husband, her stepdad. I guess the mom had got like breast cancer or something, and I guess you gotta feel the breast and shit like that for lumps, and I guess obviously they found it. So his sick ass, once again, she's 15 or 16, goes up to her, and I guess she's not really like knowing like that for whatever reason that he needs to feel her breast. He needs to feel them. So he makes sure that she doesn't have cancer or doesn't seem like she's getting anything or whatever. Now, yeah, the stuff can be, passed on from family members and stuff. But why do you need to feel them? You know what I'm saying? Like, her mom can go up to her and say, "Hey, look, make sure you regularly check yourself. You never know." I don't want to say she's too young to get it, because you can get it at any age, I'm sure. But I'm pretty sure she obviously doesn't have it and didn't have it. But never you can never be too late with that type of stuff. So yeah. So he touched her that way, and I think that she also said, I believe, she was in her room one time, and I guess the door was locked, and he was like banging on the door trying to get in there, and she had to like jump out the fucking window. I guess it might have been like a couple stories, jump out the window because, she was fucking like scared to death. And I'm like, that's a fucking shame. And she didn't want to say anything to her mom because I guess she must have just been getting over her dad and got remarried, found love again. And so eventually she tells her. And as you always hear and as you always know, the mom didn't believe her or didn't want to believe her. And, I just think that's sad. And I think the reason why they got divorced because I guess the subject must have kept coming up and he must have kept changing his stories. And I guess eventually she was like, fuck it, I've had enough. I believe my daughter now. But my question is, how much are you in love with your spouse? Now, I'm pretty sure this can go both ways too. I'm pretty sure some women out here, fucking with whatever kid. It ain't gotta be a boy, it can be a girl too. It can be women out here doing it, and it just always the men. You always hear the men. But in this case, I'm just gonna say a man. Ladies, I mean, how, as a mother, how do you not believe your child when it comes to stuff like that? Now, granted, there are kids out here who cannot stand the mom bringing home a boyfriend. It can be for whatever reason. Maybe they don't like him because they legitly just don't like him because they probably are fucking assholes. Some of them don't like him because, well, you're not with dad anymore, so blah, blah, blah. I don't want to see you with nobody else, so I'm not going to like whoever you bring home. And, some kids are fucked up. Kids are kids or teens are teens. My daughter comes to me to something like that. If I had a daughter in that same situation and she goes to her mom, doesn't believe her. I'm sorry, and her mom doesn't believe her. She comes to me and say something, or if it was my, new wife or something and saying, and my daughter or my son was saying this and that and that and this, something sexual like that, some illegal, nasty shit. I'm gonna believe them, and I don't care what type of run-ins, what type of arguments that they had. They don't get along. I'm gonna believe them. As they say, the law is you're innocent until proven guilty. But in this case, I'm going to say that person's guilty until proven innocent. Now, I'm going to snap. I'm going to get mad. But at the same time, I'm going to believe my kid. And I'm going to get down to the truth. To what the hell's going on. But at the same time, I just hope, you don't expect to live in that house or something like that. Because, you're getting the fuck out. And I would hope, whoever else would get the fuck out. If it's, somebody else on the other side. And it's just sad out here, man, that I can't stand stuff like that. Should be prisons and stuff built specifically for people like that. It's really sad out here. I feel ashamed for her. I don't want to I don't want to joke about this or anything, but I'm not sure she was already kind of gay at that time anyway, or if that really fucked her up, and trying to not laugh, make a joke out of it. But I mean that's pretty legit though. Suppose she was liking guys back then. I'm not really sure or not, but suppose she was liking guys back then, and suppose he just messed that up for her. And not saying it's a bad thing that she's gay or anything like that, but just if she's already one way and somebody messed it up for you, or somebody like changed their mind because of a scar incident, I think that's messed up. Now, if a person came up to you and was talking this and that about being gay or whatever like that, then that's a different story. But if you became gay off of messed up sick situations like that, I just think I don't know. that's not a good look. I don't really think that's fair to the person to become like that over a fucked up situation. But today's times and all times, that's how it is. Been going on for a long time, and obviously it's not going to stop. I just hope that somehow, some way, it does slow down. But another thing too, I don't think I'm gonna go on it too much because a little bit of this makes me not mad, just kind of like disturbing. So with this Harvey Weinstein thing, Harvey Weinstein, big productions, studio guy, and guys that put a lot of actors and actresses on, been sued for sexual assault, stuff like that, and pretty much the same thing Bill Cosby went to jail for. Now I know Bill Cosby went to jail for, I guess, drugging these women, but he still was doing the same thing. I guess he was just adding drugs to it. They're both pretty much the same fucking situation. If you're doing any type of non-consent stuff to somebody, drugs or no drugs, is you're still a fucked up individual. Now, for the longest time, I was on Bill Cosby's side. I was believing him. Now I'm not saying I was out here fighting him, protesting and this and that, of course, but I was on his side until now. Now the last one that put him, that man woman that put him in, I think that was bullshit. I think it did come out. I don't know. I think it did come out as it being true. I don't know. I think that was bullshit. But I think it was a couple of the other ones, older ones, I think, that kind of like helped the man woman win the case, because I'm sure out of the probably 250,000 that came out, I wouldn't be surprised that if 100 of them was telling the truth. I mean, and the reason why I started believing God, like, what, Bill Cosby was like fucking God back in the day. Like, this dude was big with stand up. This dude had probably one of the best TV shows, I want to almost say, one of the best of all time, especially probably definitely in the top 5. It's just the type of show it was back then. You seeing that type of family, black family. They have problems too. Their kids aren't perfect. The whole family isn't perfect, but you have two very, very successful parents. The grandparents are really good and shit too, and everybody wanted to be like them. And I'm not saying I wanted to be one of their kids, but I watched the show so many times. I mean, I've seen every single fucking episode multiple times. It was something to look forward to. It was something nice to see. I didn't understand what it really was like I do now. Back then, it still put something in me, make me think that, damn, this is, they like me too, and they cool as shit. It's always nice to see. But Bill Cosby, what was Bill Cosby? I think doing like 3 to 10, something crazy like that. He did what he did, and guess what? He's getting punished for it, and it's whatever. Harvey Weinstein, on the other hand, I believe is looking at doing a settlement for $44 million. I don't know how many women came out, but it's been quite a few, and $44 million is not really a lot, because you paying them and you're paying the lawyers, and I think one or two other little people under them too. So it's like the money's getting split up. It was almost like the NFL thing with the concussions. That they came out with a big ass settlement, but you got to think about all the people that are involved. That it's not just the actresses, it's not just the players, it's everybody that has something to do with it. And $44 million, man, you could kiss my ass. And I think that's what pretty much the actress Ashley Judd was saying. And she pretty much put it out there. It's like, pretty much saying, I'm saying my own words. Fuck your 44 million. Fuck your settlement. I'm doing my own thing. Whoever wants to be part of that, whoever wants to take that or whatever, go ahead, do you. I'm doing my own thing, and basically trying to say, I'm a boss bitch, and I'm gonna win this. And I'm sure she probably could, but I don't know what's gonna come out from it. And she's pretty much saying that since it's, I think before all this stuff came out, I guess he messed up her career or something like that, And I mean, I thought about it, I was like, well, no, she was in a lot of shit. How you messed her career up? But you really think about it, I don't think she's been in anything like him. Probably 15 years or so, maybe 20 years. And, all I gotta say, it's good for her. And I think it's messed up that he is still walking around, hasn't had a proper trial. Now granted, like I said, Bill Cosby is doing like 3 to 10, and he went through a lot of stuff before he even, got this 3 to 10 sentence, and it looked like he probably was going to get off, until the man woman came out, and I don't know, I just think that's kind of funny. He's still walking around, hasn't had a trial yet, and I find that confusing that he does pretty much the same type of shit. You can add the drugs or not add the drugs. I really don't care. You still doing the same messed up shit I was just talking about. You just don't do the kids. You still don't do the grown ass women either, because they try and make it a career. So pretty much, if they don't, do all the your nasty old ass want to do, that their career is shot. And I never realized how powerful this dude was. Just like I was saying about Bill Cosby, how powerful this dude was. I mean, I can't think of the movies, but I literally just recently saw like 3 movies, and I saw where it said the Weinstein Company. Never noticed it. Probably have seen it and just didn't pay no mind to it. I never really knew who he was until all this scandal shit came out. And I don't know, man. It's just crazy out here. Like I said, I really, it's kind of disturbing. I'm not gonna go all the way into it, but you can read in between the lines where I'm going with it, and it's definitely something that still needs to be talked about. It's probably gonna be talked about for a long time, just in a different way and just with different people. So that is what it is, guys. Thanks for listening. Once again, you can find me on YouTube. You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. You can find me on Twitter, YWSIIW podcast. You can find me on Instagram, You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. And of course, you can add whatever stream that you're listening to, but you can find me on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. You Won't Say It, I Will. I'm trying to get iHeart. I don't know what the hell's going on. But regardless of all that, you guys can find me on all those platforms. Please like, subscribe, follow, stay in touch with the podcast. It's only going to get better and better. I promise you that. I'm always having talks with people about it. I don't have no yes men. People are telling me what it is. So, and like I said, that's why I have these platforms now. Also, not only that you can tell me what you think about everything I've been saying about each episode, go back and forth, but tell me what it is about the podcast too. I take all negative comments, and what I mean by negative is like kind of like constructive criticism, not like fuck your shit, because fuck you too. But most people like it. I do appreciate it. Everybody's keeping in touch, keeping in tune with everything. I appreciate it. This is Ron C, and I am your host on You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. Guys, take care.